Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 Audi A4 Allroad. Huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing the station wagon for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. So this A4 is finished off in Mythos Black Metallic with the Premium Plus package, as well as the Cold Weather package and the Black Optics package. MSRP is just over $57,000. Now this is powered by the 2-liter 4-cylinder. It's paired to the 7-speed dual clutch automatic. It pumps out 261 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the all-wheel drive system, propelling this 3,800-pound station wagon from 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. It has a top speed of 130 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 15.3 gallons. You'll expect to see around 23 miles per gallon in the city, 30 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 110.9 inches. Its overall length is 188. It has a width of 73, a height of 59, and its ground clearance measures in at 6.5 inches. So this is a vehicle that you can take off the pavement with that little bit of extra ground clearance. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, part of that Black Optics package provides it with the blacked out Audi badge. There's also the forward camera. There's sensors in that grille too. The surround for the hexagonal grille is finished off in gloss black as well. And then this is also equipped with LEDs for all of the lighting up front. And you'll notice there's a sensor on both sides in the lower corner. That is for the distance pacing and all of that technology. There's also additional cutouts to provide more airflow on both sides. Now the lower section of the bumper has the brushed aluminum accents, so it's a nice blend between the blacked out badges and some of those accents. And then there's 4 lines that come down the hood to meet right above the headlights there to give it a great look. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a 2-tone design for the multi-spoke wheels. There's also 4-piston brakes up front, single pistons in the rear. You'll notice more of the brushed accents in the lower section, which matches up front with quattro stamped in the back there, which is a nice touch. Now, this also has the body-colored side mirrors. There's a camera and a turn signal. Full moonroof up top, and then there's black for the roof racks there. So you could attach a roof box or anything like that for added cargo. Now, with this being the station wagon, it has that stretched look to it, but all the proportions are very nice. There's also some pretty wide fender flares, both in the rear and up front, to give it a good look. They're finished off in the same color there, just to give it a great look. And then in back, there's a body-colored spoiler up top with the 3rd brake light. Wiper blade is in the lower section. This is equipped with LEDs, along with having that sequential turn signal design. There's also the backup camera, blacked out Audi badge, all of the parking sensors, and then some more of the brushed accents in that lower section, along with the gloss black for the exhaust tips on both sides. Now, as we work our way to the cargo space, you can use the button on the key fob or the one up underneath, and there is a lot of space in the back. So with the back seats up, you do have some storage over on that passenger side. There's a net on the driver's side. You can also fold down the back seats from back here. So simply pull on those tabs and that will give you a lot more interior space, just depending on the items that you have. Now there's also this removable cover. There's also some hooks here too, and you have some straps there where you can add some items and place them as needed. There's also the spare tire up underneath the floor. So if you need to use that or you have some additional storage, you have some room up underneath the floor. And then up top you have 2 buttons, one button to just close that lift gate, and the other button will lock the vehicle. Now, if you do lock the vehicle, you have the proximity sensors on all the door handles, so you can actually lock and unlock this from all 4 doors. Now in back, there's the adjustable sunshade. There's wood trim, brushed aluminum accents. This is equipped with the Bang & Olufsen sound system. There's also plenty of storage in that lower section there. And then take a look at the tan interior. Complements this Mythos black very nicely. And at 5'10", I can hop into the back where we have the storage nets there. There's also some climate vents, you have temperatures, all of your auxiliaries are down below. And then at my height, I'm just up against the headliner here, maybe about a ½ inch or so, but I can sit upright and be comfortable in the back, which is nice for this vehicle. And then right in the middle, we have the armrest, where you get a little bit of storage in the back side, and then you have cup holders on the front side here. So you just fold these out individually like that, and you can use those as needed. Now you can also fold down this middle seat individually. That release is right in the middle there. And then you do have a good bit of visibility. That cargo window in the back is pretty large, so you can easily see over both sides. And then as we work our way up front, the door panel is just like the rear. There's the addition of the memory seating controls. You have the power folding side mirrors, which are also heated, all of your window adjustments, liftgate release, and then even more storage in that lower section. And then you have the power operating front seats with really nice lateral supports. There's also the nice piping that runs down them. Just gives it more of a classic look for this interior. Now, as we work our way to the steering wheel, it's finished off in solid leather. This also has paddle shifters, cruise control, distance pacing. That stock is over on the left side. This also has the heated steering wheel. There's volume tuning, Bluetooth controls, and then you have controls on the left side for the virtual cockpit. So let's start this up and we can go over the rest of that information, where on the left side there's the tach, right side there's miles per hour, and then in the upper section there, this is how you can scroll through all of this information. You also have a scrolling dial, so that way you can go through all of this, just depending on what you would like to see. You can also pull up your music, you have your phone when that's paired, and you can look at the navigation. Now, if I click on view, it is going to maximize all of that information and minimize your tach and your miles per hour. So you can still go through this information, it's just going to be in a larger screen. So just depending on how you would like to view this, you have two different options. Now to the left, you have a lot of storage down below. You have your headlight adjustments up top along with a dimmer switch. There's one air vent. And then as we work our way to the infotainment system, you have quite a lot to go through. So on this home screen, you have 3 different settings there, so you can look at a lot of information, you can search for information, and then you have the rest of these icons, like your radio, media, you can get into vehicle, and in vehicle you have drive select. So you can go through all of these settings, including the off-road setting, which is nice. You have your driver assistance, you can get back to your home here, and then you have some shortcuts on this left side that you can get into if you need to. Now underneath that, there's 2 air vents, and then you have another LCD screen for all of your climates. So fan speed is in the middle, and if you just hover your finger, you'll notice that you can actually see what the button is gonna do before you touch it. You can even get into the rear if you would like to. So you'll know if you have to hit that up or down. Now with that cold weather package, you get heated and ventilated seats. You have your temperature adjustments, some other defrosters around that. There's a shortcut to your drive select down below, along with engine start stop and traction control. There's parking sensors, a downhill assist. You can even shut that upper screen off if you would like to. Now there's a few auxiliaries. You have 2 cup holders, this giant square where you can place some items. There's volume and tuning, along with a little bit of storage behind that. And then if we put this into reverse, you get that backup camera, but you also have the forward-facing angle as well. So just depending on what you like to see, you have no shortage of visibility. Drive is going to be back. You also have the manual setting, and then park is on the back there. There's the e-brake, and then you'll notice too, you can actually see into the center where there's the wireless charging along with another auxiliary, and you can slide this armrest depending on the comfort that you need. Now there's also plenty of storage in the glove box there. And then you have the rear view mirror along with the touch sensitive dome lights and the controls for the sunroof and the sunshade. And then here's a look at visibility. It's a long vehicle, you have large windows, so it makes it very easy to see over both shoulders. So as we set up behind the wheel now for the Audi A4 Allroad, I don't think I've actually ever filmed this exact model before, so it's really cool to be able to take a look at what this station wagon has to offer. Station wagons are becoming a little bit more popular now in the United States, and let's get a little dizzy here. This is actually very impressive with its turning radius there, wow. But station wagons are becoming a lot more popular for the United States. It's something that we've had before, they kind of went away, but now we are bringing them back. A few of the models are doing that. Audi had the RS6 come back. This is a really nice station wagon to go with. If you're looking for a vehicle like this, you want something that's going to be a luxury feeling, Audi is going to give you that with all of the materials and just the ride and drive that this model will have. It does have the adaptive suspension as well, so it's going to handle bumps very well. And let's put it into the off-road mode. I'm not sure, we don't have any height adjustments for this model, but it does look like in off-road mode, it does turn off some of your traction control and some of those aids. So at least when you're taking this off the pavement, if that's what you need to do, you will have a little bit more grip with this. So it's an adventure luxury station wagon, if you want to call it that. And so far it's driving very nice. I'm not going highway speeds today, but I've been in a lot of Audi models to know that this is going to be a very well insulated, very comfortable feel when you are driving this. So it would make for a great daily driver and one that could be your only vehicle with the amount of cargo space that you get with the station wagon. So you could have this as your only vehicle and be fine with it. You can go on a lot of adventures. You can put a roof box on the top if you need extra cargo, things like that, which make it very versatile, which is nice. And then as far as a minor acceleration goes, we got up to speed there. It's not a loud vehicle. It's not a fast vehicle. 0 to 60 in the mid 5 seconds is pretty respectable though for this type of vehicle and what it has to offer. But if we put it over into the manual setting now, we are still in dynamic mode, and we can give it another acceleration using these paddle shifters. And they're actually very responsive. As soon as I tap on them, we have the dual clutch automatic. So it's really neat to see that for this model, we still have a very nice transmission. So you can use the paddles. You can add a little bit of sportiness to your drive with this model. Now, if you're looking for a station wagon like this from Audi and you want more power, your only other option is bump up to the RS6 Avant, which is a little bit larger than this, but I haven't seen any specs as far as having an S4 Allroad or an RS4 Allroad. You'd have to go from the A4 to the RS6 from what I've seen on Audi's website. It would be cool to see maybe an S model for this, but maybe there's just not that much of a need or a want for that. That's why you have the RS6 Avant if you want a lot more power. And we are still in dynamic mode from second gear. Here we go. Very impressive to see how responsive these paddle shifters are. But that was a mild acceleration up to speed. Again, not very loud, not something that is really meant for the style vehicle, but you have the paddle shifters here if you need to merge, downshift, things like that. They are very nice and functional. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the 2025 Audi A4. Definitely a nice interior. To be honest, pretty much all of the Audi models have a similar look to them. They either have this screen in the upper section or the dual screen settings or system, which is in some of the higher trim levels. So you really wouldn't know which model you are in because they all have a similar look. So it's very nice to see that across the board. You get those premium feeling materials just with some added packages that you can obviously spec just depending on what you would like. But it drives very nice. The suspension for the test drive I'm doing today, we have a pretty big bump right here and it took that nice. Very, very comfortable even on bumps like that. But this is a nice model. You have plenty of visibility. And again, just it would make for a great daily with what you get from this model. And of course, you could spec it a little bit less expensive, just depending on what you would like. But we have a very nice modern interior here and just a great drive for this luxury station wagon. So that is going to wrap it up for the 2025 Audi A4 Allroad. Once again, huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this model for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.